What's up, everyone? Welcome back to NWL Adventures.
Day 2 of my Arkansas adventure started at Petit Jean State Park. After waking up at camp with my 2 dogs, we headed out to explore Cedar Falls Trail. From the overlooks to the waterfall to the sunset, this ended up being one of the highlights of our first trip exploring Arkansas together.
Good morning, everyone. Just woke up here at the park.
Boys have been up for a minute. We're getting ready to get our day started. We're gonna hike Cedar Falls Trail. It's supposed to be a really tough hike, so try to get out there a little early. We had a little bit of a late start. Caught up on some sleep. It's supposed to get pretty hot today. Right at 90 degrees is the high. Try to get out there around 10 or 11.
Just went and grabbed me a honey latte. Petit Jean Coffee House. Fire. Unfortunately spilled a little in my car, so that sucks, but hey, happens, man. But this is fire. If you ever come to the state park, it's only like 3 minutes away from the campsite, so definitely a place I would hit up. About to head out onto the trail with the dog. About to have some fun, so I'll record some there. About to go see this waterfall. Let's go. Load up. Best guys ever. Yeah. Cedar Falls Trail. It's gonna be the toughest one here, but excited. Let's go this way. Whew. This is a steep trail. I see why they warn people about coming out here. I mean, it's definitely the most popular trail here, but you just gotta be careful. So one thing to note about this trail is it's very narrow, so everyone's got to climb up and down the same steps. And since it's the most popular, there's a lot of people out here. Easy. So we've already walked by probably 40 people. A couple big groups, a couple individual families. They love the dogs, but just something to keep in mind if you're hiking this trail with dogs. Boys are doing a good job. It's getting a little hot out here, humid. It's probably like near 80 degrees now, but overall it's beautiful down here. Good boys. You're doing such a great job. I mean, this is a tough hike. Make sure your dogs are up for the challenge. When I first started going camping and hiking, I was just looking up the best trails, But one thing you can't overlook is your dog gonna be able to do this? And are you gonna have sufficient time to take breaks so your dogs can cool off and relax? The trail says it's gonna take 3 to 4 hours. You should plan for about 5 hours with your dogs. Make sure you have sufficient time to get back before the sun sets, because it gets dark over here. You don't want to be on these trails in the dark. Yeah, it's beautiful down here. You see how green it is. And I was talking to a couple of people who live here last night at that CCC Overlook I was showing y'all, where I watched the sunset, and they were saying Arkansas this area specifically has been in a severe drought. Something to look out for too. I doubt there will be that much water flowing down the waterfall. I've met some really kind people on the trail. I saw the people who are camping next to me. I introduced myself last night, so it's cool seeing them. Shout out to Jeff and his wife. They said it's beautiful down there. There's actually water coming down the waterfall, which was surprising to note. We got blessed. We'll be able to see some waterfalls. Nice in here in the shade. I'm sweating. Feels like I'm in Hawaii. Got family that lives on the big island in there. This reminds me kind of like Hilo a little bit. There's this abandoned sugar mill in Hilo. Secret spot, if you know, you know. And this really reminds me of that. It's just beautiful down here. Obviously, when I get to the water, it'll be a little different. You know, they've got an ocean over there versus just a waterfall and pond. But, you know, they've also got waterfalls in Hilo. Kaka Falls. Beautiful in here. I mean, this isn't even... People come to see the waterfall and the water, but one thing I've learned in life is you've got to enjoy the journey as well. You can't just be looking forward to the destination, or else you'll miss out on 90% of life. Starting to feel a little cooler. I think we still got a little bit of descent to go. We're at the creek, so it tends to mean that you're near the bottom. Some huge rock structures. That's 15 feet at least. Beautiful vibes. Yeah, this is dope. Following you, man. Timber. Yep. All one rock. Timber again. Got a duck. Just so peaceful in here. The forest. I'd say like the last 2 hours driving to this state park. Oh wow. My guy's a beast. Are just incredibly beautiful. I mean, coming from Texas, even in my opinion, the I-30 up through Arkansas to Little Rock, it's still a beautiful drive for a highway. I mean, it's kind of similar going into East Texas. But shout out to my brother-in-law. Hopefully someday we can come back out here together. Maybe do a family trip. They've got some nice yurts and cabins. I'm not sure. I think this potentially turns to a waterfall sometimes when there's a lot of water, but I'm not 100%. I'd say it's a fair assumption, whereas my coworker would like to say it's reasonable to conclude. It's just so beautiful in here. I mean, look at how tall the trees are here. Ooh, that's a weird rock. Really enjoying this. Really glad I got the camera too. Really just got the camera to record hiking trips for my own memory. And so I could show friends and family. Because, it's hard to portray the stuff you do. This is what I'm spending a majority of my off time doing. I want to be able to show people. Well, I don't know if that guy was pranking me, but I just asked him how far we were from the waterfall. It's like 10 minutes. If it's still there. The heck, dude. I don't know if he's trolling me. I mean, he had a bunch of little kids, so that can bring out the sarcasm in it. I mean, the whole ground is rocks. Oh. When I first got my dog, Wick, it's a year older than Luca, I learned that there's them out more sniffing than actually going for a walk. Because I see a lot of people training their dog not to sniff, just walk at their side the whole time. But stuff like that's underscored in that system. I mean, it feels awesome down here. I think it's like 80 degrees outside right now. But down here, hey, it's probably about, I don't know, mid-high 60s. But I mean, look at this. I know. Not going this way. This dude always tries to make the hardest path, bro. Reminds me of like a Brother Bear scene. You know, that old Disney movie. We made it, guys. Beautiful down here, Cedar Falls. Yeah, this is tough terrain right here. This is no joke. Here, that way. Good boy, go. Whew. So the thing is, you can go through here, somehow manage to get to the waterfall. So we're gonna try it out, but that's a little sketchy. Nope, this way. Gotta instruct these guys. Yep, wick, wick. Good boy, go. Easy. Go, wick. Wick up. Yep. Oh, wait, this way. Go, go, go. Come on. Nah. That is a snake. Yeah, I didn't even see it. I literally set my camera down here and like I hadn't seen it yet.
Mom, be careful, there's a poisonous snake right there. A very poisonous snake.
By where your dad's standing?
That's not our dad.
Oh, my bad. Hey, buddy. Man, look at this view just sitting here. Cedar Falls. Nice little relaxing spot. Boys are chilling.
I mean, doesn't get much better than this. You know, as I sit here and reflect, turned 25 yesterday. I'm just sitting here trying to hear God. You know, hear Jesus. And, you know, one thing that's come into my mind and put on my heart is just to spend more time being still, you know. And as I sat here and thought about the constant flow of the waterfall and the movement and how that kind of factors into this is, you know, God's always moving. God's constant. He's always moving. So for us, we just need to be still and let God flow in our lives. Let God move in our lives. Be a still vessel and God will have you moving. Have a still heart and a still mind that focuses on God. Don't get me wrong, that's tough in my life, especially when you're busy at work. You're busy trying to be productive outside of work. You know, you're trying to take trips, you're trying to do this, you're trying to be a good brother, a good son, a good uncle. Sometimes we just need to take a step back and be still. That was my reflection. That was what God put on my heart right now, and you know, I needed that in my life. You know, I feel like in this new age, technology and all that, we're constantly plugged in. We're constantly able to access, you know, the opposite of being still. Mind always racing. There's always something to do next, but that's the lesson of the day. Be still. Peace. Not a bad rest spot.
The guys found a nice spot they wanted to veer off into. And what goes down must come up. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do the beast. You know, Luca was younger. I didn't know if he'd ever be able to do this. The dog he's grown into is so awesome. So proud of him. We made it. That was the Cedar Falls Trail. Had a blast. It's definitely a tough trail, but it's worth it. And on your hike out, get this.
Highway, we call it the rock field, because all the dirt come off the top angle.
What more could you want, man? What a day. Day 2 of Petit Jean State Park, Arkansas. Had such a great day. It was magical. This is the Palisades Overlook. That wraps up day 2 of the camping trip. Arkansas has been a blast. It's been so peaceful. That's it for us. Looking forward to tomorrow. See everyone later. Peace.